Hello, welcome to my videos and my blog. In this time, I'm going to talk about the NFL 2024 season, Week 3 prediction. Where tomorrow will start another week in the NFL 2024 season, to be specific, the Week 3. And tomorrow we'll start with a Thursday night football, the divisional game between the Jets and against the Patriots. Later the Sunday we'll have another 13 games, and we close the Monday Night Football with 2 games. Yes, there's 2 games in the Monday Night Football. So, like the last two video, I'm going to give my prediction about the games that we will play in this week. Where tomorrow we'll start with the Thursday Night Football, the divisional game, where the New York Jets will receive the New England Patriots and New Jersey in the MetLife Stadium in 2015. It's their time. Remember that the both teams have a record of 1-1 in this moment. They are tying the second place in the AFC East, where the last week the Jets won its fifth game, but they defeated 24-17 the Titans, and the Patriots lost 2023 against the Seahawks in overtime. About this game, this will be a close game. To be honest, I think that this will be a game with the later points. But I think that the Jets are going to win this game. I think by 3 or 7 point difference, because in my opinion, the difference here will be the offenses, and because I think that the both defenses are very great. I think that the Jets defense is better, and I think that the big difference here will be the offenses. In my opinion, the Jets offense is better than the Patriots because they have Aaron Rodgers, even that he's old, and I think that the Jets will win this game by 3 or 7 point difference. And the Sunday we have 13 games. The games will be the first schedule. The games that will be playing at 30 o'clock Eastern time are the next. The Cleveland Browns will receive the New York Giants and Cleveland. Remember that the Browns have a record of 1-1. They won in the last week, 18-13 against the Jaguars and Jacksonville, and the Giants lost in the last play of the game against the Washington Commanders, 18-21, and they are 0-2. About this game, the Giants are one of the worst team in the league. They are the worst team in the league at this moment because the Panthers are the worst, and the Cleveland didn't play a very great football. They have a tremendous defense game, not an offense, especially the Sean Watson is quarterback that he's playing a very bad football. But they improved his football level in comparison of what happened in the week 1 against the Dallas Cowboys. So the Cleveland have better team than the Giants. So, and they will play home. So I think the Cleveland will win this game by 10 or 14 point difference. In another one of the best game of the week, the New Orleans Saints will receive the Philadelphia Eagles and New Orleans. Remember that New Orleans have a record of 2-0. They did a surprise and they defeated and humiliated the Dallas Cowboys by 25 points difference the last week. And the Eagles lost surprisingly. They lost by 1 point difference, 21-22 in the Monday Night Football, where they had the game under control, but they couldn't close the game. They made several mistakes, especially the head coach, Nick Sirianni, and they lost the game. So the Saints have a record of 2-0 and the Eagles have a record of 1-1. This will be one of the best game of the week, and I think that this will be a very close game. I think that this game is going to be defeated in the last play of the game, and I think that, in my opinion, the Saints are going to win this game because they play a great football and they will play in home. I think that this game the Saints will win this game by 1 or 3 point difference. In another great game, the Minnesota Vikings will receive the Houston Texans and Minnesota. Remember that both teams have a 2-0 record. They are undefeated. Remember the Vikings surprised the last week and they defeated the 49ers 23-17, and the Texans defeated in the Sunday Night Football 19-13 the Chicago Bears, in a game that was closer than I expected. About this game, I think that the Houston Texans are better team than the Vikings. So I think that the Houston Texans will win this game because they have better team than the Vikings, especially the offense side. I think that the Texans will win this game by 7 or 10 point difference. In another game, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers will receive the Denver Broncos and Tampa Bay. Remember that the Buccaneers are undefeated. Remember that the last week they did a surprise and they defeated the Detroit Lions as a away team 2016, and the Broncos lost against my Pittsburgh Steelers 6-13, and they have no one in this year. So about this game, I think that the Buccaneers will have an easy game because they have better team the Buccaneers in both sides of the ball, in the offense and the defense side, especially in the offense side. So I think that the Buccaneers will win this game by 10 or 14 point difference. In another game, the Tennessee Titans will play against the Green Bay Packers and Tennessee. The Tennessee Titans have a record of 0-2 and the Packers have a record of 1-1. The Tennessee Titans lost that week against the Jets, and the Packers defeated the Colts when it was the first game that Jordan Love didn't play. Remember that Jordan Love will be out 3 or 6 weeks. So the Packers, the one that he returned as soon as possible. About this game, I think that this will be one of the worst games of the game because I think that both teams are bad. So I think that in this moment, I think that the Packers have better than the Titans, even though Jordan Love won't play this game. So I think that the Packers will win this game by 3 or 7 point difference. In another game, the Indianapolis Colts will receive the Chicago Bears, and Indianapolis. Remember that both teams have a record of 0-2, and they have had some problems in their football level. Remember that the Colts lost against the Packers, and the Bears lost against the Houston Texans in the Sunday Night Football. About this game, I think that this will be one of the worst games of the week because both teams are very bad. I am very disappointed about how bad the Colts offense played the last week against the Green Bay because they play a very bad football. And thinking about the Chicago Bears offense, I thought that they were gonna to start to play very great football in the offense side since the week 1, because remember that they selected in the number 1 draft pick the Caleb Williams, but he has played a very bad football. Let's see that he can improve his football level this weekend. But this game, I think that the Colts will win this game because they have better team than the Bears, especially in the offense side, and they will play in home. I think that the Colts will win this game by 10 or 14 point difference. In another game, my Pittsburgh Steelers, my favorite team, will receive the Los Angeles Chargers and Pittsburgh. This is the first game that the Steelers will play at home because remember the last 2 games the Steelers play as an away team on Atlanta and Denver. About this game, both teams have a record of 2-0. The last week the Steelers defeated Denver, and Chargers defeated Panthers and Carolina. About this game, I think that the most probably is that the Russell Wilson is not going to play this game for the consecutive game, and Justin Fields is going to play this game. About this game, I think that the both teams have very great defenses, especially the Steelers defenses. That in this moment they are one of the best defenses in the NFL. And the problem is that both the offenses are not playing a very great football. In the case of Chargers, they have a tremendous quarterback, Justin Herbert, but it looks like that Jim Harbaugh, the Chargers head coach, is trying to implement the running game. About the Steelers, they need to implement the running game and try to take advantage in the play action with Justin Fields. About this game, I think that this will be a game with little points. I think that the Steelers will win this game by 3 or 7 point difference because they will play in home and they will have the advantage. And the games that will be playing the second schedule on 16:05 and 16:25 will have 5 games. The first game, the Seattle Seahawks will receive the Miami Dolphins and Seattle. Remember that the Seattle they are undefeated in this season. They have a 2-0 record, and the Miami Dolphins have a record of 1-1. The last week, the Seattle Seahawks defeated 23-20 the Patriots in overtime, and the Miami Dolphins were humiliated in the Thursday Night Football. They lost by 21 points against the Buffalo Bills, the divisional rival. About this game, remember that the Tua Tagovailoa didn't finish the last game, the Thursday Night Football, where he get out or sued off by a concussion, and he will be out for minimum 4 weeks because he was collocated in the injury reserve. So in this game the Dolphins Tagovailoa won't play. So I think that the Dolphins are going to suffer that, and for that reason, and because the Seattle Seahawks will play in home, I think that the Seattle Seahawks will win this game by 10 or 14 point difference. In another game, one of the worst games of the week, The Las Vegas Raiders will receive the Carolina Panthers and Las Vegas. Remember that the Raiders did surprise the last week and defeated the Ravens, where they were trailing by 10-point difference in the beginning of the fourth quarter. And the Carolina Panthers have been humiliated in the first two games. They have lost by more than 20-point difference in each game. And they have a record of 0-2. About the Panthers, remember that this week, this Monday or yesterday, the Panthers head coach David Canales benched the former starting quarterback Bryce Young, and let's see how Daniel Dalton will take that position. About this game, I think that the Raiders are better than the Panthers because they have better team, and the Panthers in this moment are the worst team in the league. So I think that the Raiders will win this game by 10 or 14-point difference. In another tremendous game, in a divisional game, the Los Angeles Rams will receive the San Francisco 49ers, and Los Angeles they're in the Inglewood. About this game, remember that the Rams have a record of 0-2. This is unbelievable because they lost against the Lions in the week 1 in overtime, and they were humiliated and lost against the Cardinals by 31-point difference, and the Rams lost as a surprise against the Minnesota by 4-point difference, by 6-point difference, and the 49ers haven't won in Minnesota since the 1992. About this game, I think that it will be a tremendous game because it's always when there is a divisional games, the game is tougher and closer. But I think that the 49ers are a better team and they will want to take revenge of what happened the last week. So I think that the 49ers will win this game by 7 or 10-point difference, and they will win the first game of the second game of the season. And in another game, that is a tremendous game. The Arizona Cardinals will receive the Detroit Lions and in Arizona. Remember the Cardinals have a record of 1-1, and they did a surprise the last week where they defeated and humiliated the Rams 41-10, and the Detroit Lions lost the last week surprisingly against the Buccaneers 16-10, and they have a record of 1-1. About this game, the Cardinals played a tremendous game the last week, especially in the offense side. But I think that the Detroit Lions have better team than the Cardinals, and the Lions are one of the favorite teams to play the NFC Championship game. About this game, I think that the Detroit Lions have better team, and I think that the Lions are going to win this game by 14-point difference. And in the last game of the second schedule, the Dallas Cowboys will receive the Baltimore Ravens and Dallas on the forward. Remember that both teams lost surprisingly in the last week, where the Dallas were humiliated by the Saints and they lost by 25-point difference, and the Ravens lost a 10-point lead in the beginning of the fourth quarter. They lost that game surprisingly, and both teams have a record of 1-1. About this game, I think that the Ravens are a better team than the Cowboys, and they will want to win this game, and they must to win this game. So I think that the Ravens are going to win this game by 7 or 10-point difference, and they will get the second victory of the season. In the Monday night and the Sunday night football, we'll have one game. The game will be played in 2020, where the Atlanta Falcons will receive the Kansas City Chiefs, the reigning championship, and Atlanta. Remember that Atlanta won a game that they had lost, where they took advantage of the Eagles' error in the Monday night football, and they won it by 1-point difference. And the Kansas City Chiefs haven't been playing a very good football, but they have won. That is most important. So about this game, I think that the Kansas City Chiefs are better team than the Falcons. So I think the Kansas City Chiefs will win this game by 7 or 10-point difference. And in the Monday night football, we'll have two games. The first game will be the Buffalo Bills will receive the Jacksonville Jaguars, and Buffalo 19:30 Eastern time. Remember, the Buffalo Bills didn't have any problem and defeated by 21-point difference the Miami Dolphins in the last Thursday night football, and they will have 10 games to prepare this game. And the Jacksonville Jaguars lost against the Browns 13-18, and the record they have a record 0-2, and they will have a record of 2-0. About this game, the Bills are one of the favorites to represent the AFC in the next Super Bowl. So I think that the Bills won't have any problem, and they will win this game by 14 point difference. And the game that will close the the week, the Cincinnati Bengals will receive the Washington Commanders and Cincinnati in 2015 Easter time. Remember that both teams, the Bengals have a record of 0-2. They lost the first week a very bad way against the Patriots, and the last week they lost in the last play of the game against the Kansas City Chiefs. And the Washington Commanders have a record of 1-1, where the last week they defeated the New York Giants by one field goal. They made 7 field goals and a touchdown, and they won it in the last play of the game. So about this game, I think that the Bengals have better team and better talent than the Washington Commanders. So I think that the Bengals are going to win this game by a 17-point difference, and they will win this game. So in this video, I got my prediction about the score that I think that, or the result that I think are gonna to happen in the week 3. Let's see how many score games I am correct. So this is all for today. See you next video. Chibre.